Hi, we're the Men of Destiny, and this is going to be our first side project. We're going to be reviewing Akudama. So this is going to be separate from our regular podcast, but it's like we like this series so much, we were like, why not dedicate a whole weekly series to it? And this is...
Akudama dry.
Oh my god, bass isn't even on the mic.
You can hear me though.
Oh my god.
What's good?
Just keep fucking rolled out of the bed.
Right?
It's like, all right, time for podcast. Let's go. Time for an episode.
Yeah. So far, we've watched Akudama episodes 1 through 4, so we're all caught up.
And it's like over this recording anyways. This is Hyaran,
On base.
I'm Galdred.
and now we're going to talk about what we think about it. So far, it's like this is probably our favorite show of the season, yeah?
It's up there.
Easily mine, yeah.
It's definitely up there. I mean, once we get more into the other fall stuff, there's other stuff competing, but so far hasn't disappointed.
It's the only disappointment, as I already told you guys, is that opening song. Oh my god, it's so
I don't
bad.
understand. It seems like it would be such a you kind of song.
You're fucking high as shit. You probably don't know my musical taste. That shit's terrible.
We all do.
That's like, why would you think that? Why do you think I'd like that shit?
I didn't think you'd be crazy about it. I didn't think you would be this upset about it.
I'm just like, damn, because in the actual anime itself, the OST is great. So why the fuck? And the ending is like, well, it's whatever. That's I wish I felt that way about the opening, but just so
yeah, because that's how I feel about the opening. I'm just kind of like, it's there. It's
so like
some
the
Japanese Linkin Park shit.
The visuals are so good that as we just did earlier today, I just put it on mute and just look at it like, oh, this is pretty, and then just pretend the opening song doesn't exist.
It cracks me up because I knew how much you were gonna hate it too, and literally like after we saw the opening, he texted me. He was like, "I hate this opening." I was just like, "Galdred, dude, I knew you were gonna hate this."
Besides that, it's just pure joy for me to watch. I think I said on one of our podcast episodes how I watch anime. I watch something like nice and light and easy to like get in the mood, and then I watch like the real banger of the season to like close it out. Akudama is my like finisher. It's my main event for the weekly anime watch.
I agree with you on that one. It's usually the last thing I end up watching too. It's like Akudama is just so vibrant, yeah. Like surprisingly enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just super colorful, and so far, like the plot has been much better than I feared it was going to be.
Yeah, because at first it makes it seem like it's gonna be like some sort of game of death sort of thing, but right now it's just been kind of one really long heist, which I figure will be the entirety of the show because it's 12 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
13 episodes.
13.
Yeah.
And so from the beginning where we meet all these bad dudes and bad chicks, they get hired by a talking cat against their will. But from there, it's not like, all right, kill each other, It's not a battle royale. It's more like we got to go from point A, B, and C all the way up to this like big train heist. And my biggest fear from the beginning was like, how are they going to keep topping this? Like they already started off so bombastically, and nowadays it's kind of hard to keep the momentum going, but that's probably my favorite aspect of this show is they just keep it going.
Yeah, it's like from episode 1 to 2. I would say like 2 slowed down a little bit in comparison to episode 1, at least at the beginning.
First half,
yeah, at least at the beginning.
That
until
second half and the executioner's so up, holy shit.
Well, yeah, because we have to get to know them, and we have to find out
what's
along with them.
happening,
yeah. And I think that it was good. Well, and I'm not saying it was a bad thing at all, right? Like I liked how like that's pretty much been like the slowest episode though. Has been episode 2, yeah.
First half, episode 2?
2, yeah. Probably like the slowest part, and then I would.
Well, we also did get to meet the executioners. They're
they're cool shit.
we only know them as what
Master
and pupil.
Yep.
That's probably like the one thing I don't like about the show is how like all the characters are named after their titles, and we just
makes
know
them easier to
by their-
remember.
I like that
Yeah.
because we'll probably find out their names. Well, even if we did, it kind of doesn't matter.
True.
Like
We just call Master like Kakashi and pupil. We haven't made a nickname for her yet.
Master Kakashi, pupil something. But yeah, just everything. It's always just it's a pleasure. Like I'm always smiling when I'm watching like the fight scenes. I was like, oh, this is pretty. OST is great. Just it's very animated, well done. Like the choreograph is just so on point. It's like yes, like every character really has a chance to show their strengths and personalities throughout all the different events and shit. So
or lack thereof, which I like too. I think my favorite right now is the whole relationship, the buddy dynamic between Brawler and
Hoodlum.
Hoodlum, because Brawler being such an idiot is just eating it up. He's because Hoodlum's whole shtick is, don't let me get in there. I'm in jail for 500,000 years. And then Brawler's just like, OMG jizzers, really?
Like,
Whoa, I better show what I've got. And obviously, at least from what we know, Hoodlum can't do shit.
Yeah.
Well, he was only in jail for 4 years.
Yeah.
His
That's
sentence
it.
was 4 years.
Yeah.
When I call it right now, it was like some glitch. He's like, haha, I'm actually in there for 4,000 years. And he's secretly the most OP. But until that happens, I still like their dynamic a lot. Brawler's probably my favorite as of right now.
Let's see.
It would be Courier because I like that job. Professionally, I'm a driver too. But the only thing with him, we don't get to see a lot of him. I thought when I first saw the show, I thought he was gonna be like the main character. But he's probably not seen as much as we like to. But there's still time to go.
I'll definitely say he definitely still feels like the main
Yeah,
character,
it's like
though.
you think he has like the main character hat on, but
Yeah.
we don't see him as much because a lot of his involvement comes at the very end of like each phase.
Yeah,
Like in episode 3 where he's at the very end to get inside the train.
Mm-hmm.
Or like he's the high impact character, right?
Yeah.
Like if Courier's doing something, you're like, oh man, some shit's
I
gonna
gotta watch
happen.
this like episode 1 where he's fucking scaling up buildings and the sides of buildings with his bike. Like, holy shit.
He's pretty cool. But for now it's Brawler. You get a lot of him. He's also a lot smarter than he leads on.
He's like a fighting genius.
Yeah.
But everything else, he's fucking stupid. But when it comes to brawling, he's definitely got it figured out. Mine probably be Cutthroat. Cutthroat always makes me laugh.
I'm not
Just-
gonna lie, Cutthroat high Q annoys me.
I feel like he would, but for me, he makes
definitely.
me laugh so much.
I never really liked the lol. I'm so crazy. The whole.
No, I can understand that. I was just like, I feel like
If you got to fight a little more, at least
that's
more
what I feel like.
intense.
Hopefully now in the spot
Because
they
Brawler's
were in-
getting all like the good.
Yeah.
And then how do we feel about what's her bitch face
Doctor?
How do we
like
feel
Doctor.
about
That's
her?
bitch face.
I like Doctor. Doctor has the best one-liners. She
She does
by
have like the
far
best like quips,
one-liners.
especially against Courier. Like some we can't say, but just like damn, it's like she got some zingers.
She's like that character who, you know, you know why she's there, but at the same time you don't know why she's there because she's probably done the least out of everyone.
Yeah, it's like
But-
she's very sporadic, and then she somehow kind of has like something for like the situation. Like in episode 4 when she was able to seal up the hole. That's where I was like, all right, you're really pushing the limit of like believability.
Dude, no,
Like you're really pushing it.
I would say the thing that pushed it the hardest was when she got her head cut off and she was just like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna
she's
sew
like-
that back
Well,
on.
no, she didn't get her head cut off. She just got her throat slit. Because I thought her head flew off, but that wasn't the case.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
thought it was-
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
pretty
it
sure
flew
Yeah,
off.
it was just her
yeah?
neck. It was
Okay.
just her
Either way,
her jugular.
holy
Because
shit.
I thought the same thing too. I'm like, did this bitch really get her head cut off?
And she
But it
just
wasn't
put it back.
complete. It was just a jugular.
But still, Jesus Christ.
So like from there, I was like, all right, if it was just a jugular, fine. You obviously got like all these crazy experimental narcotics and drugs.
I will say she's definitely got like the waifu factor though, right? Like out of like everyone else
I guess. I think she's kind of gaudy. Like I'm kind of whatever on her design
I am
personally.
shocked.
I think
Honestly.
I think she's all right. There's not really a quote unquote waifu.
I mean,
The closest for me would be like Pupil.
People? Yeah,
Oh,
it's like I like
people,
people.
yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like people.
I heard you say people for a second.
Yeah,
I was like,
just
what the
people.
fuck? just humans in general. Yeah, pupil's easily the best one. In terms of, I like her design a lot. Of course, just red eyes. I'm just like, yes, just
I think
bring
she's
it.
all right.
But it's either that Doctor or Swindler, and you're just like, yeah, Swindler's cute, but
Yeah,
about
Swindler's
it.
got that like girl next door type of vibe, right? Like the really like normal. It's like the average looking girl that you're just like, yeah, I know you type of deal. And then she stands next to like Pupil and Doctor, and you're just like, wow, you look incredibly average standing next to these two.
Yeah, I mean, what do we expect from a not criminal?
That's
You know,
right.
because I'm assuming she's gonna be the only one that truly like doesn't have anything hidden. Like, there's no secret about her. Like, she
no,
really
not
is
at
just
all.
wrong place, wrong time.
Yep, that's pretty much the whole setup of
Yeah.
the show.
Right.
Because even when we were watching the episode, I was like, she's gonna get fucked over saving these damn cats. Like some bullshit's gonna happen. Just
Mm-hmm.
she's too
Her
good of
trying
a
to be
person.
yeah, that was the problem. Like, I won't use this money that isn't mine.
Oh my
Should have
God.
used it.
I
Yeah.
remember we were watching it and I was just shouting. I was like, just use the fucking coin. He doesn't care. Courier literally said, I don't want
See,
that
no,
shit.
no good deed goes unpunished, and that's pretty much it
That's pretty much
right there.
Yeah.
If you get money and they don't want it, it's yours. Period. That's it.
But so far, every character is serving their purpose. Obviously, like I would say it's a tie between Hacker and Brawler, putting in like the most man hours.
Oh,
Hacker
easily.
is great though. I love Hacker.
I
too.
like Hacker. He reminds me of what was his name? The Fullbringer in Bleach with the PSP.
Damn it! I just read
Yukio?
that too. Son of a
Is it
bitch.
Yukio? I
Right.
can't remember his name. He's
So-
like the way less annoying version of that.
Indeed.
Yeah,
IMO.
it's like I would agree with that.
Fuck.
He's also got a lot of cool gadgets I want to see more in action. Because obviously it's not just hacking. Like obviously
He's got his drones.
he's got something that he's got skills in robotics too,
Mhm.
which I like a lot. So where do we see this going? Since the most recent one we saw in episode 4, which is a ton of action, you know, they still got the executors right behind them. Even in the tail end of them, in that like what was the zone called?
The
The
decontamination.
so
There's quarantine and then decontamination.
Well, that's
Yes.
what at the very end. Like we're in the middle of the basically the
they're-
fallout
they're
zone.
they're in the quarantine zone right now. So I guess we should give a quick summary of what's happened in the latest episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the latest episode, so I guess we'll do a quick summary of like 3 and 4 because they're kind of a pair basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like at the end of episode 2, basically you find out that the cat that brought them all together wants them to go onto this train that shows up like for what was it, like 24 hours or something like that, right?
Like once a day,
yeah,
basically.
like once a
Mhm.
day, and to go ahead and break in and pull this cargo out that like no other like Akudama or like criminals of their level
Yeah, because
have
it
ever
goes
been able
from
to do.
it's the only thing bridging both Kansai and Kanto.
Yeah, and like
The
they have
Shinkansen.
and they have like these cute little skit things.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
The little
Shark
the little
and-
Sesame
the-
Street
the
Shark and
puppets.
fish?
Yeah, it's shark. It's like
Is that
shark.
fish or what the hell was the other one? I don't remember shark.
Shark and
Rabbit?
Yeah, shark and rabbit.
Yeah, Shark and Rabbit.
Yeah, and they have these cute. Also, I love those little
the
segments.
little
Explain
Sesame
the-
Street propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it explains like the world behind. It's like the world, and essentially like Kansai and Kanto had like a huge war and stuff like that. And now there's like a dead zone, right? Like a no
Yeah,
man's
because
land.
Kanto bombed the fuck out of them.
Yeah, basically just we're like,
So it's
yeah, we're gonna need
like
you guys.
An eternal nuclear like
Winter
storm.
Yeah,
Winter.
and so they basically spend like these next couple episodes hopping on the train. And at the end of episode 4, it's like the train's about to enter a zone where in order to like basically decontaminate all the radiation off the train so that when it reaches the Kanto area that it won't just like blast radiation everywhere. Like it basically just deep sterilizes and kills like all organics and stuff like that. And so essentially they're just it's a race against time for them to beat that system out so Hacker can disable it.
So they have to go from one end of the train to the other
Yeah.
while having the executioners on their tail.
Yeah.
Yep, and a strict time limit.
And the thing is, it's not like we've necessarily learned anything new about our characters. They're still we're just kind of just traveling along with them,
It's
going
just
from one end to the other. And Brawler's fighting, Courier's trying to get his bike, but having a
Cutthroat
bit of
pissed
a hard
off.
time.
Cutthroat gets a cut in. You're just like, yeah.
He gets
You get
a
a
cut.
slice. A cut. You're just like, yeah, bro. He just makes me laugh. Like in the other episode 3, when he goes to push all the buttons.
oh,
And
he's
that
just like
bus-
it's
It's
red.
that was
red.
episode 2.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That pissed me off. I'm like,
That
really?
made me laugh. I was just like, that's funny. Ha ha ha.
Ugh.
Also, it was weird infatuation with Swindler just because she has pink stuff.
Yeah,
she
and-
has
And
pink
he's
hair.
like, good enough.
Yeah, which is hilarious because her entire head is pink hair.
Yeah.
But he hasn't said anything about her. But he went to Swindler. He's like, you've got
No,
that
she has
one lock.
maybe more pink. Well,
Yeah.
like the outfit too, and her eyes.
Oh, that's true.
Her eyes
Yeah,
are
she's got
really
the pink
pink.
eyes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're mine. Won't let anyone else have you." It's like, all right. And
Well,
it's
sometimes it's hard to tell because like there's a lot of predominantly like shades of like purple and pink that filter a lot of the scenes. So even then, I'm like, is her hair pink? And then you're like, oh yeah, I guess it is.
yeah, from like the promotional materials.
Yeah, she's
I've
got
seen.
that one like pink strand
Yeah.
with like the rest of her like green hair.
Mhm.
But the show is definitely something worth watching and something we should
Well, absolutely.
I think everyone should watch this season. I think it's the biggest one of the biggest must watches because there's another one that we'll talk about a lot later or that we talk about in one of our other podcasts that Base over here is really into. So
Yeah, there's quite a bit. There's a lot of contenders.
Yeah.
I feel like this one should have more, but
yeah, right.
it
now
kind of
it's
sucks that
very
it's
niche.
not on Verb. I think that's kind of what's
Yeah. 'Cause
sinking its views a tiny bit lower. But everyone that's watched it's into it.
Yeah.
And so far, every episode's been pretty good. Like, I can't say one's necessarily better than the other. It feels like almost one big long episode.
Pretty much. Yeah. It feels like a little.
But this one was
OVA or
probably
movie.
the best because like we get a little glimpse of like they are vulnerable because Brawler almost dies,
dies. Yep.
and then Courier is getting his ass whooped because he's primarily a driver, not necessarily a
Yeah,
fighter.
he
Fighter,
just has
yeah.
like a gun
Mhm.
and knows some.
And then
hand-to-hand,
obviously
that's
once
it.
they get through the big hitters, and sure Hacker could shoot, but he'll probably get out skilled because we've really seen how crazy the executioners are.
Yeah.
It was craziest when Master throws his like not his beam knife to catch the bullet at the same time.
Dude, that was
that
crazy.
was nuts.
Oh, also,
Or
when
when
Brawler
he
caught it.
Yeah.
in his teeth.
Or
Yeah.
when
But just
back in episode 2 where Master tanked the railgun shot from
Oh, in the hotel.
yeah, in the hotel.
because I was always thinking like what exactly is the power scaling here, but like it keeps going higher and higher.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's insane. Another big point to it too is that if you like Danganronpa, if you like that type of art style, it's basically done by the same artist.
Dude,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just gave me the perfect fucking segue. I actually went on the internet today and went all the different wikis and shit. And is it only you've only played? Well, you played a little bit, haven't you?
played a
Jason?
little bit.
And you've played.
I
just
played. Yeah.
And I know our editor has. He's played some of two we were talking about earlier. But I went and made the fucking list of like comparisons. Because if you played all the games, you see like Curry and I'm like, oh, it looks like so and so. So like, I don't know if you remember with Swindler. We talked about it earlier. How she looks like Sayaka, the idol
Right.
from the first game, and she also has Chiaki's eyes, the
Yeah.
pink eyes from
Yep.
the second game.
Yep.
Brawler, the only one I got was like Sakura, the ultimate martial artist from the first game. Cutthroat is Nagito is the ultimate lucky student.
Oh yeah.
So-
Yep.
So I got those vibes. Hoodlum is Mondo. He's the ultimate biker gang leader.
You're gonna have to
Oh,
insert
yeah.
these images, by the way.
I will say,
to our
yeah.
editor.
I was like, B-boy, you know all this. This should be pretty easy. Courier's kind of hard because there was no like hard, like no easy example. The only one I got was Byakuya. Just because of like the hairstyle a little bit and like his cold personality.
He's got the same cool personality. I also think that Courier kind of has the same kind of like aura that like the rest of the main characters do too, if that makes sense. Like in terms of like how he's drawn, like in terms of like, especially from the second game and the third game. Maybe not so much like, maybe not so much. What's Nagi from first main character, right?
Makoto.
Well, yeah, Makoto. Yeah, not
Yeah.
so much Makoto, but like from the second game onwards, he's kind of got like the same like demeanor as those two main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Even though in 3 the whole like twist, but
Yeah.
it's like we'll
Spoilers.
Talk,
The only one for Doctor was really Miyu, the inventor from the third game.
Oh, yep, yeah. I can see
That was about it. I was like, oh, that's probably the best. And then Hacker, literally the only one was like Chihiro, who was also the ultimate programmer / hacker
which
in
is
the first game.
yeah,
And
it's
I was
how
like, wow, the
fitting, yeah.
irony. So just looking through, it also kind of reignited my passion for Dangan. Like I was just like, cool, just going back and seeing all the characters and shit, because I really like the art style in Dangan and like the OST and shit. So watching Akudama, I was like, this is like if Dangan wasn't full of despair and then they matured and all became fucking criminals in like a cyberpunk future. I was like,
Or at least
yes.
a lot less like slapstick humor.
Yeah, and more just serious action.
Because we're
Goodness.
just a bear shy of being Danganronpa in 4.
Oh, just wait till episode 7. Just he's like the true mastermind.
Well, speaking of animals, the biggest reveal was like Black Cat wasn't. I mean, obviously wasn't a cat, but instead a kid.
And kid
And
controlling
at
it.
that, a kid who has like a kid sister,
Mm-hmm.
and they're stuck in the end of the.
Yeah,
security
And
that's
vault.
the whole
in the
goal.
super security vault, which is 2 kids. And so
so-
they're just like, how the fuck? Like, why? Why is he just 2 kids in this vault that's so super protected? Like, what's the point? So hopefully we'll get some good answers next episode.
My first inclination was, you ever see the movie Looper?
What?
Looper.
Oh, I thought you said blooper. I was like,
No,
what the
Looper.
fuck?
Looper.
It's like based
With,
on a Super Mario enemy.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
Yeah.
and Bruce Willis.
Nope.
Basically, time traveling assassins.
Yeah.
Well, a
big-
big
Oh,
part of,
that one.
Yeah,
a
okay.
big part of
basically,
that it was like the development of like kids with psychic powers. So I'm
Okay.
thinking it might be something with that, but maybe who knows, nanomachines or something.
Nanomachines,
There's obviously
son.
something they provide that's super critical that they're gonna take
Or
to obviously
maybe
the
they
better
have-
part.
Yeah, certain knowledge.
Because
I
another thing that's in the back of all of our minds is like, how exactly are these people so strong, like physically, especially physically? Like, is it nanomachines?
Son.
Is it drugs?
Maybe like
Sun.
the radiation from getting
Something
freaking
like that.
bombed,
I think they're the key to like everything that's crazy in this world.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since
Or it could be like some Akira shit and just like the radiation is mutating a lot of these people.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it could be a lot of things, and
Well,
think-
Akira's more so like T cells, I guess, being messed with.
you're right.
But that could still be something.
Right. Either way, I think it's definitely something that like it's a mystery that's worth watching the series to figure out.
I'm just like, let's make our guesses here, and
Yeah.
we'll reconvene next week and see how close we are.
and see exactly what it is. Yeah.
'Cause the only thing we know for certain is that they're still going to be on the train and pretty much stranded for the most part. Because remember, it's just set still.
Well-
So as soon as they reveal the contents of the safe, there's like some force field that opens up.
Yeah,
To block off the
she
decant-
plays like
yeah.
a
Yeah,
little
and they're
flute
just
thing.
kind of in that dead zone.
So
That's the only thing we know for certain.
well, that and we saw that they did get off. We
Yeah,
saw
there were scenes of them.
the scenes of them
train.
off the train.
Off.
So the question at that point is, did they go back to Kansai or are they in Kanto at this
I
point?
think they're probably in Kanto.
So yeah,
But I mean,
because
they build up Kanto so much and like all the like
Yeah,
the
'Cause Hacker
propaganda
even-
things.
Hacker even mentions it being like a paradise, right?
But
Whereas
then the Black Cat's like,
like,
fuck that.
No,
Yeah.
Utopia bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. So curious about that as well. But also it's like they say, why would they have all those passenger trains if people
Aren't
Die.
For
coming,
the, for like the elite, I would assume.
but if they don't have that force field,
Field,
it's like
yeah,
something
they-
else. It's like
And they end up dying anyway. So it's
Yeah.
kind of curious how like, do people actually come through? Do people not come through? You
or
know,
rather
yeah.
the right people,
Well, yeah.
so
So
just,
it's
like executioners, for example.
mm-hmm.
but even the executioners were afraid of getting blasted by the decontamination
Well,
zone.
yeah, because they had already triggered the security system.
Well, because the decontamination is gonna happen no matter what. They're like they already like declared that like that's gonna happen no matter what. And so Master is just trying to kill them so that he could stop the train before it got to that point. But in the end, it ended up. It's like they ended up, blast. Which I'm kind of like, damn. I wonder how Master and people are supposed to survive that.
being stranded in like
The-
fallout zone.
So and they didn't have a doctor to seal up the door for
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
They're just gonna get
They make it
radiation poisoning.
somehow. I
Yeah.
just wonder how.
all right, they're definitely gonna make it for sure. Like,
If they
yeah,
died there, that'd be like, well, shit, that
Yeah.
was sad.
right? Even if we got to see some more executioners, like we barely got to know a Master and people.
Well,
And-
in the opening they show another one, some dude, but I haven't seen him yet.
He's probably stationed up in Kanto.
Kanto, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe he's just so good he doesn't need a partner.
Probably.
I don't know. I doubt him. That'd be nuts if he was stronger than Master. Master's dummy strong.
At some
It's
point,
ridiculous.
someone's gonna die. It's coming to that
Yeah.
point. Like
It
they're
is.
getting closer and closer. And I feel like that third mystery man's gonna be the key.
Bets on who's gonna die by the end of the series. I think Brawler's probably going to bite it. He feels like the one who's gonna
Or
bite
rather,
it.
who's gonna be left? Because I think Brawler's gonna die. I think Cutthroat's gonna die. Probably Medic or Doctor's gonna die. She's obviously been the closest to death.
I feel like Doctor's probably gonna survive. I feel like she'd be one of the few who would survive.
I feel like it's gonna come down to Courier, Hoodlum, and Swindler. I think those are gonna be the final three, and then from there, we'll see how it goes. Hacker's kind of a 50-50. If anything, he'd be the one to like figure out how to get the device off and then just ditch him for his utopia, quote unquote. That's my call.
That makes sense for his character.
Yeah, though for Hacker though, he seems like the type who would just stick around with him because it's fun for him at
Yeah.
this point.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
said. That's why I
Yeah.
said it's a 50-50.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's fun for him at this point. If he did ditch them, it'd be because he died, in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah, it's great. Just long story short, it's fantastic. Good OST besides the opening. Don't listen to the opening.
No,
Listen
but
to it once just so you
blast
can
it.
hear how bad it is and then put it on mute.
I just feel like
and then
there's so many worse like contenders and offenders for worst opening.
This season or just in general?
Kind of both.
In general,
That's why I was
in
just so
general,
surprised.
Yeah.
You're just like
In general, yeah. It's just, well, I'm just so upset because the show is so fucking good everywhere else. Like, just take one of the OSTs from the anime itself and put it as the opening, and then that'd be great. No one would notice. They'd be like, "All right, sweet, cool," but it's just so disappointing. Like you have that perfect thing that you've built and it's perfectly put together, and then you go use it, and then it runs so damn well, but just there's that one nick, and like it just prevents it from being pure perfection. You're just like, damn it, it was so close.
Well, I mean, we won't know how perfect it is until it ends, right? So.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like, imagine you're making like a model kit, and you're just like, oh, it's looking so good. Oh fuck, I clipped this part wrong, and now it looks dumb, and now you can't fix it. You know, it's stuck like that.
You cut too close to the part, and you just chip off a huge part of paint.
You're just like, oh damn, this Gunpla looks great, but his like
There's that
gun
one.
looks dumb.
There's that one huge like nub piece just
Yep.
sitting on it.
But yeah, it's a fantastic watch. It's on Funimation and or Hulu. If you got that as well, you can watch it on there.
And it'll be something that we'll be talking about pretty much week to week as we go through each episode.
Yeah, it was just easy enough to lump all 1 through 4 together. This is one long episode, really. And it's just more so following them, going from point to point, like from the nice hotel to the train, and where they're still at on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in this way, I almost view it as like very similar to, like Great Pretender in the way that it's like a heist, like a huge heist moment, and that's pretty much it. But like that's the only way. That's the only similarity I would say, right? I'd be like, it's like another Ocean's 11, but with like superpowered criminals instead of like normal con men.
Or it's like the anime version of Heat, where it's just very like high intense, very bloody and violent.
Also, all the episode titles have been movies.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
Wanted Man Dead.
If you want it backwards.
The way
Yeah.
they put it.
Damn. So maybe, I don't know, maybe episode 11 will be Ocean's 11.
Oh yeah, that'd be well.
If they find themselves in a casino,
I'm just
that would happen.
We don't know what the hell else they're gonna do. They rob the Shinkansen that like these people like worship.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't mention that too, but like this crazy thing when Swindler's like, we're not gonna rob that, or like people worship it. We can't do that, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. And it's gonna be great.
No, the real question is why, and will they get paid?
I would hope they're supposed to get $1 billion each.
Didn't
So-
they? It's like, didn't they already get paid?
Not
Like,
a-
not-
right?
not
no,
at
no,
not at
not
this
for this
moment.
one, right? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But the other one, yes.
Yeah.
But the other one was 100 million.
Oh yeah, 100
Yeah.
million. Yep.
So still a shitload, but $1 billion between the
Seven of them,
seven
basically,
yeah.
yeah.
Like damn.
Because it's Courier, Doctor, Brawler, Hoodlum,
Sorry.
Swindler.
1,
Hacker,
2, 3,
and
4, 5,
Cutthroat.
6,
Yeah.
7. Yep. So
And now there's 9 of them because it's Black Cat and his sister.
yes, these kids
Oh, unless they're like fucking adults.
that are just
Like-
small.
Yeah, genetically modified or something. There's definitely some sort of ability that they have.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, at least.
All right.
Transition.
Time
Transition.
What would we score this episode? Episode 4? For me, it was the best because it was by and large the most action, like consistently.
I give it a solid 8. 8
Yeah.
out of 10.
I think 8 is pretty good.
give it 8.5 because I like it so much.
All right.
I was
Really
just
good.
smiling the whole time, just watching the episode. I was like, yeah, this is the shit.
There's yet to be a dud,
Yeah, exactly.
and I'm
So-
hoping it keeps that way because we got how many more left?
Let's see. This is episode 4. We've got 9
Nine
episodes.
more.
Yep. So it's got a lot of room to fuck up,
I
and
hope it doesn't.
Yeah,
because
it's-
I will be so
The
sad.
question has to keep answering is how is it going to keep topping itself? And it's definitely, it's done it, but like, can it keep doing it?
Yeah, I said on our podcast that this might be my anime of the year if it keeps it going. So I just hope that I'm not proven wrong.
yeah, and for me personally, it's not. It's probably not gonna be my anime of the year.
Well,
but it's
'cause
definitely gonna.
you two have like a big hitter.
Yeah,
So
we-
that I haven't watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You can go listen
It
to the
could definitely
podcast.
be top 10.
I
Assuming it doesn't shit its pants.
yeah, I would say for the year in total, I'd probably give it like a top 5 slot. At the very least,
Mhm.
right? Top 5, top 10, right around there.
Yeah. But we'll see.
So this is our first review of Akudama Drive, and be prepared for more episodes as the weeks go on.
And probably other dedicated podcasts, depending on what series you like.
And if you guys want to hear more dedicated series podcast, go ahead and let us know what they are in the comments below.
If I'm being real though, if we're trying to catch views, we're gonna have to do one on No Bliss.
Oh, you guys can have fun with that. I couldn't.
Yeah,
That's none of
me
my
and
business.
Huron's we're gonna have to do that. We've got a bit of a history with this one.
I mean, it was the plan, right? So look out for a Noblesse episode coming out.
Oh Lord, that one's not as peachy.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Nope. Just look forward to where it's gonna go next.
Sweet.
That's pretty much it.
All right.
Oh,
All
go
right,
check
guys.
out our podcast as well. We're gonna talk about other stuff we're watching this fall.
Yeah, this will be on the channel.
So just go check it out. See what else we got to say about other stuff.
All right. Like, subscribe, and comment, and look at the rest of our things. You guys have a good night.
All right. See you guys.
Bye bye. Remember, it's Akudama Drive.